What's going on, y'all? What's up? Just doing a post-fight review for Mayweather versus Canelo. So many things I want to speak about this fight. First of all, I was kind of let down because Canelo really, it was just like I said in the prediction video, Floyd was going to make another good boxer look bad, and that's exactly what happened tonight. Canelo was supposed to be the guy that either beat Floyd or push Floyd to that limit. I know I said in the prediction video that Floyd was gonna win. I said that I said he was gonna win by decision, and I said that this fight was definitely Floyd's fight and that Canelo wasn't really gonna be a challenge for him, and I was right. But unfortunately, I'm kind of disappointed because I did that video a month ago, and since then I kind of felt like Canelo was gonna give him some problems with his jab and his body shots and his power, using a weight advantage, which he failed to use. I feel like the beginning of the fight kind of dictated the whole fight, because even though Canelo came in weighing 15 pounds more, he didn't use his weight advantage towards Floyd. He wasn't aggressive towards Floyd. The fight started as soon as the bell rung. Floyd got in his face, and I think that threw Canelo off. In fact, Canelo even slipped the first punch he threw, and I think that totally mentally threw Canelo off, because Canelo took a while to get in any kind of rhythm, and by the time he did, Floyd was already took advantage of the fight. Like, it wasn't even, I kind of expected Canelo to win some of the earlier rounds, because, I was waiting for, I expected Floyd to adjust. Usually Floyd, the earlier rounds usually is kind of like close, and Floyd's trying to make the adjustment and on what he has to do to win. That didn't happen in this fight. Floyd came out, got in his face. He didn't run around. He got in his face and stood right in front of him. And Canelo just stood there. Canelo looked confused. He looked like exactly what Floyd always says. It's different when you get in the ring. It's different. These guys could say they have all these ways that they could beat me and what they got to do to win. It was totally different when Canelo was in the ring with him. Even though he was the bigger guy, it didn't go as expected. Floyd dominated him. I gave Canelo maybe three rounds. A lot of people just gave him just one. I read on Twitter, I've seen a lot of analysts, I've seen a lot of people that I follow on Twitter, a lot of boxing accounts, a lot of them said 11-1. The most I've seen people give Canelo was 3. I don't know, that one judge said 114. It's crazy. So, but that's probably about something else. I don't even know. I don't know what they were trying to do. They looked like they was trying to set up another Timothy Bradley, Pacquiao judging call, whatever. But anyway, back to the fight. Canelo, back to Canelo. Canelo just looked frustrated. I think his jab was working a little bit in the beginning. I think he should have kept using that, because he was landing a lot of jabs to Floyd, and that was the only thing that he was really landing. He should have kept using that, but I feel like he should have been a little bit more aggressive too. But like I said, it's different from when you're in there. I don't know. Floyd, we all could say he should have used his weight, but I don't know. Like, if you can't hit a guy, you get frustrated. But his jab was working. And as far as his other punches, everything else seemed to just slip or roll off his arms or whatever. It seemed like anything that he threw and connected with, it wasn't landed like directly. Whatever he landed, it's just rolling off him. It just didn't even look like. I mean, he got the points for it, but at the same time, it wasn't doing any damage. And I was worried that the 15-pound weight advantage was gonna, whatever he landed on Floyd was gonna hurt. Another thing Canelo didn't do is go to the body. I thought he was gonna go to the body. I mean, why wouldn't you tell him that? Why would you make him go and box? I don't know if it was his corner. I don't know what they were training him to do, But why would you go in there and box with Floyd Mayweather? Like, you have the weight advantage. Use your weight advantage. Why are you going there trying to outbox him? That's stupid. Go in there. I thought he was going to go in there and do what De La Hoya did, but be a little bit more smart about it and be not as reckless. But, I thought he was going to do, like, I thought he was going to get on Floyd and maybe frustrate Floyd. I don't know. But he didn't do anything. He just went in there and just looked bad, pretty much. And I'm not taking anything away from Canelo. I'm very disappointed because even though I said Floyd's going to win, I thought Canelo's going to do way better than that. I still think he's going to be a star. I think he still can beat a lot of people from that weight range in 154. I do think he's the best. I would like to see him fight Erislandy Lara, but other than that, I think he's the best at 154 right now. As far as Floyd looked better than ever. He made this fight look like Guerrero, his match against Guerrero rematch. It just looked like the same exact fight. The same thing happened. Floyd was running around the ring and he looked as good as, at 36, he looked as good as ever. He hasn't lost a step at all. Stop talking about the Cotto fight. He went in the Cotto fight and guess what he did? He stood in the corner the whole fight. That's why he got hit. That's why he was bleeding. Stop just comparing to that. It's not gonna happen. I think today Canelo could beat Cotto. I think if they fought, Canelo will dominate for Cotto. And Cotto's my favorite boxer. And he cannot beat Canelo today. The fight's probably gonna happen. Maybe next. I don't know. But Cotto gave problems to Mayweather, but don't think that Cotto, just because boxing is based on styles and how these guys fight in that night, you can't always judge, well, this guy Trout beat Cotto, so, and Canelo beat Trout, so you can't always think that like that, Who cares? And you can't always compare Trout. Look what Trout did. Look what he did. Look what Canelo did to Austin Trout. He's a slick boxer. Blah, 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 blah. You got all these people in my YouTube comments talking about Austin Trout. Oh, he's a slick boxer. What do you think Canelo's gonna do against him? Oh, he's gonna knock out Floyd. All these people on my Twitter. Like, listen, you can't judge it based on how somebody else's fight was. You can't. In fact, that's more the reason why I'm upset right now, because I went back and I started watching the Canelo fight against Trout over and over again. The more I watched it, the more I was a little convinced that Canelo was going to do good. And I should have not watched it anymore, because that fight is deceiving. Canelo looked fast against Trout. He's moving his head. He looked confident from the get-go. And then when he fought Floyd, he looked scared. He didn't do nothing. He just stood there. He was just get your money and go home. And this might top the pay-per-view buys of all time. This fight here. At least the De La Hoya fight, that was a good fight. I mean, at least Oscar won a lot of the rounds. This fight was just like... So what now? I don't know. As far as the Floyd haters, what are you going to say? Canelo's 23 years old. He's undefeated. I don't think he's at his prime. I think maybe in a few years he'll be in his prime. But he's one of the best right now. What are you going to say? Like, what are you going to say? What's the excuse now? Yeah, Shane was old. Yeah, Cotto was this. Yeah, Guerrero wasn't that good. Yeah, Hatton wasn't, I mean, like, what excuses you going to make for this, Floyd's been ducking everybody. He ducked everybody. He didn't fight nobody when they were at their best. Okay, Canelo is one of the best right now. He beat Shane Mosley. I mean, old Shane Mosley, but still. What are you going to say? Who's at 147 that could fight Floyd right now? Or 154? Or 140? Nobody. Nobody. I think the only fighter that's boxing right now that can beat or challenge Floyd and give him a good fight is Andre Ward. And that fight will never happen because Andre Ward is too big. It's not going to happen. He's at 168. It's not gonna happen. I don't want to see Danny Garcia fight Floyd. I don't want to see Batista fight Floyd. I don't want to see nobody fight Floyd at this point. Because I don't want to see another good boxer that I'm a fan of lose. They go all lose. I do want to see Amir Khan fight him though. Because I like Amir Khan's offense. Like his offense is dope. His offense is, you know, he's gonna go in there. He's not gonna go in there and do what Canelo did tonight. Amir Khan gets knocked out, and guess what? He goes right back to his next fight, doing the same thing. He don't care. He gets knocked out, and he still pushes to fight these guys. Like he still goes in the ring, and he's still gonna throw all those punches, all the jabs. He uses speed. I want to see that fight only because, not because I think he's gonna beat Floyd, but I think it's gonna be a good fight. I don't think Amir's gonna go in there and freeze up like Canelo did. So, that's pretty much it. As far as Canelo, I like to see him fight Lara. That's about it. It's not really anybody in 154. Maybe he should wait. I think Canelo should try to go up to 160. Fight those guys. You know, Chavez Jr., Golovkin. That'll be a good fight. I like the guys in 160. 154, he gonna fight Cotto. He's gonna fight Lara. I think he should go up. As far as Floyd, I don't know. Like I said, I don't really want to see him fight anybody. Whoever he fights, whatever they do, whatever. But yeah. So make sure you guys that was hating on me before, go on my YouTube comments, make a comment on this video. Hit me on Twitter, wavy_10. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my boy's channel, USA MVP on Twitter. Subscribe to that too. And hit me up with them comments. I want the old guys to come back. I want the guys that was calling me, or I'm not even gonna say what they was calling me. They called me that. Just guess, I'm black. They call me whatever a million times. Just go back to those YouTube comments and give me your opinion on Canelo. And I like Canelo, but I just want to hear you Canelo fans slandering me again. All right, for being right on both fights tonight. All right, take care.